Did anybody survive?
What else?
Did they
What
escape
else?
the
What
ship?
All right, this is our first time listening to Gordon Lightfoot. We're checking out a song called "The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald." Let's get into it.
The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down of the big lake they call Gitchagumi. The lake, it is said, never gives up her dead when the skies of November turn gloomy. With a load of iron ore, 26,000 tons more than the Edmund Fitzgerald weighed empty. That good ship and true was a bone to be chewed when the gales of November came early. The ship was the pride of the American side, coming back from some mill in Wisconsin. As the big freighters go, it was bigger than most, with a crew and good captain well seasoned, concluding some terms with a couple of steel firms when they left fully loaded for Cleveland. Then later that night when the ship's bell rang, could it be the north wind they'd been feeling?
Okay, what do you think so far?
Reminds me of Gilligan's Island.
What?
Remember that show Gilligan's Island? I used to watch that with my dad.
Wait, is that the same one? No, I'm thinking Gullah Island. That different shows?
Yeah, totally different.
Okay,
totally
I
different.
don't know if I know Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, it's like some stranded on a desert island type show from back in the day.
Could it be the north wind they'd been feeling? The wind in the wires made a tattletale sound, and the wave broke over the railing. And every man knew, as the captain did too, 'twas the witch of November come stealing. The dawn came late and the breakfast had to wait when the gales of November came slashing. When afternoon came, it was freezing rain in the face of a hurricane west wind. When supper time came, the old cook came on deck saying, "Fellas, it's too rough to feed you." At 7 p.m. a main hatchway caved in. He said, "Fellas, it's been good to know you." The captain wired in, he had water coming in, and the good ship and crew was in peril. And later that night, when his lights went out of sight, came the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Man, the pace of the song is like, it's kind of slow.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It is killing me because I want to know like the whole
What
story.
happened?
Right. I want to know now. It's just
Was it
like
night? Was it morning?
right. Came the wreck of the
Yeah.
Edmund Fitzgerald, and I gotta wait.
Did anybody survive?
What else?
Did they
What
escape
else?
the
What
ship?
else?
Yeah. If it's back in the day though, this seems like it was an old story. It's like, yeah, nobody survived.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They probably didn't have life rafts.
Right.
I always wondered that. Like there was that wreck in.
I mean, they did on the Titanic.
Yeah, but I mean, how many people survived?
Right. I'm saying they
compared
probably
to-
had life rafts back then.
Maybe like I'm thinking like inflatable, like you know what I'm saying, like you know what I mean, actual save your life rafts. Like those rafts were probably
So
like
they had non-save your life rafts.
those are probably like here's a little thing you can get on, but you're gonna die at sea. You know what I mean? I feel like modern day technology, like you have to survive.
No.
Does anyone know where the love of God goes when the waves turn the minutes to hours? The The searchers all say they'd have made Whitefish Bay if they'd put 15 more miles behind her. They might have split up or they might have capsized. They may have broke deep and took water. And all that remains is the faces and the names of the wives and the sons and the daughters. Lake Huron rolls, Superior sings in the rooms of her ice water mansion. Old Michigan steams like a young man's dreams. The islands and bays are for sportsmen. And farther below, Lake Ontario takes in what Lake Erie can send her. The iron boats go, as the mariners all know, with the gales of November remembered.
What if it's a true story?
In a musty old hall in Detroit, they prayed in the Maritime Sailors' Cathedral. The church bell chimed till it rang 29 times for each man on the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Oh, it is real.
The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down of the big lake they call Gitchagumi. Superior, they said, never gives up her dead when the gales of November come early.
Okay, so that must have been in Lake Superior.
Yes.
I was confused because they were like Gitchagumi or whatever. But I used to watch these videos of like all the boat. I mean, I don't know. It's like a channel that does crashes in Lake Superior, and like they never give up the dead. That's like a thing.
Really?
Yeah, like the lake. Like apparently, like that's like a cemetery. It's like everyone that's ever died in that lake. It's like their families put stuff around the lake because like they can't go get the like.
Why?
I don't know. I think it's because it's such rough waters.
It's so cold.
Yeah, I think it's so cold and it's just rough and it's like hard to get down.
Yeah, I mean, my guess is a true story.
Yeah, because they said something about the Maritime Sailors Cathedral and like remembered the 29 people. And,
right, like if it was just a made-up story, it probably wouldn't be that many details.
That detail. That's real interesting though. I like the storytelling song. That was interesting.
Right? It really made me want to know more.
Right? It's like most of the time you get like a little snippet of a story, like, oh, she broke up with him or she cheated on him, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? But you don't get the whole
The whole
story.
song was a story.
Yep. And then there was not like, I mean, the music sounded good. Like, I really liked the guitar. And then they had that like, like they had something that sounded like sort of like 80s, I don't know, maybe 70s outer space sounds. You know that sound? It's like outer space 70s sounds. It's in a lot of 70s songs. But
As I kind of know, but I don't remember.
yeah, it's just like pew, 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 pew. That was in the background, and they had an electric guitar, but there was no like, you know, playing guitar solos and like very like elaborate like that.
I don't know. Tell me, man, what do you know? What do you know? Me and my boys on the road. We to go. She told me, boy, you to go. Like I don't know, but I don't know.